Well, let's talk about this rude interruption that your music career had with something called an acting career.
Yeah.
But somewhere in the last couple of years, PLW came along, and we should explain to people PLW, independent label based out of Melbourne, Australia. How'd you get involved with Paul Wiltshire?
I actually was introduced to the company by Jan Ross, who was the old casting director of Neighbours. I chatted to her when I very first started on the show, saying, I play music, but I want to do it right. I don't think I'm ready to do it yet. I'm going to work on it my own for a while. Write some tracks, and then I got to a point about close to 2 years ago where I went, okay, I got to start this ball rolling. Let's make this happen. And so she gave me some contacts, and I got in contact with PLW, sat down on the couch there, and nervous as can be, just shaking basically, and they said play us a couple tracks, and it's this amazingly confronting experience where you just completely stripped bare basically, yourself, an acoustic guitar, and your own songs, and it's the first time you've played them to people who have listened and worked with music for ages, basically for their life, and they were interested in seeing what my co-writing ability was like and what my recording ability was like, and I suppose they've sort of helped to shape me to become the artist that I am today.
And I guess being the guy from Neighbours, they could have got that record out like 2 weeks later had they wanted to exploit you, but
exactly,
it didn't work that way. You've actually been developing this over quite a period of time.
Yeah, and it's also been good to know that me being on Neighbours made them slightly nervous as well, because it's a big move for them. It's been done well, and it's been done not so well sometimes. So they wanted to do it right, which was the perfect fit for me, obviously, because I want to do it as right as I can and for as long as I can.
So the song Broken, when did that pop into being?
That popped into being about a week before recording. That was this is the Paul Wiltshire track, Broken is, and he said, "I've got a track that I want to put on the album. I just got to write it," basically, and so we were in pre-production mode, just basically reinventing the sound in the week leading up to recording, and I got onto the electric guitar for the first time ever, and we basically just rewrote a few songs and ended up with the sound that we've got on the album. Then this track came in a couple days basically before I started recording, called Broken, and sort of Paul, he's not the best singer in the world, I'll say, but he's a very good songwriter, and he sort of tried to show me how it was sung, and then I showed him how I thought it should be sung, and it sort of just went from there. Yeah. Real sort of studio song. So.
Had you done a catch-up with the songs that you'd written in the past, the stuff like for Delta or for Marsha Hines, or a lot of the Idol stuff that had been done, even Backstreet Boys? Had you acquainted yourself with his past songs that he'd written for all those people?
No, I mean, I know that he's been very successful in the past with them, and he's every now and again, when I've been in the studio, sat me down and played me a little bit, but it's always pretty brief. He goes, hey, anyway, on to the next thing. So
yeah. So where are you at with the debut album?
Well, we recorded an album's worth of tracks at the start of the year. A couple of those have already been rewritten. I got myself a new band about 4 months ago, and we decided again that a couple of the tracks were awesome on the album that didn't need any work at all, and then we sort of went, nah, some of these tracks need work, and we've reworked them, and so we're going to do a little bit of re-recording, and also been writing lots as well, so maybe chuck in a few new tracks into the mix and see how we can mix and match and make the best album possible, and then hopefully sometime at the start of 2010 towards mid-2010 we'll have an album out.
Out it comes.
Fingers crossed,
Meanwhile, there's the Broken video out there, and a pretty cool car in that video too.
That's actually my car.
That's your car, you hoon!
I know, right? I'm a 70s man. I was really lucky with that. I bought the car only a couple of weeks before we were going to shoot the clip, because someone had stolen my car, and so I was like, damn it, I need a car, and I decided I'll treat myself a little bit. I haven't since I've been working full time, so this is my little treat to myself, and then I went, hang on, can I put this in the video clip? And they went, yeah, absolutely. So we mucked around with some ideas, and then sort of just decided, just to fit it in the way we did, bits and pieces here and there was the best way to do it.
Right, and right at the start of the video, that angry young Sam from the Slipknot days who gets really angry and puts his foot down on the accelerator, was that actually legal?
Always legal.
Yeah.
I pulled over to the side of the road before I answered my phone. It's always got to be legal.
Oh, yeah, so. But the way you took off in that...
it's real audio as well.
We better not say anymore, folks. You just want to go and have a look for yourself.
Controlled environment.
Yes, all done for the cameras. All right, we're going to hear an acoustic version of Broken. Sam, good to have you in here.
Thank you very much for having me.